out to Arizona with Nicole, and I had the kids from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
How long do you know Shannon?
3 to 4 years, I would say.
So you guys, was there like a convention this last weekend?
There was a training in Arizona that some of the top leaders of the company were putting on.
Okay. So you picked her up from her house?
Mm-hmm. She was actually waiting on the front porch.
Oh, she was? Okay.
Yeah. And then we drove to the airport.
Okay. Do you remember what time you picked her up?
It was around 4:30.
In the morning?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Chris, stand up for me. I'm going to have you face that wall over there. Just face it. Lift up your hands.
In just the last 10 minutes, we have confirmed that Shanann's husband and the father of her 2 children, Chris Watts, has confessed.
You got anything on your company?
At this point, we have been able to recover a body that we're quite certain is Shanann Watts' body. We have strong reason to believe that we know where the bodies of the children are, and recovery efforts are in process on that. This is absolutely the worst possible outcome that any of us could imagine.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out to the candlelight visual and saying all your prayers. They are greatly appreciated. And keep the prayers coming for our family.
You talk about children, and he's got his own kids, and that makes you kind of uncomfortable because you'd like to have your own family. Put that in context for me. Is that a fair statement the way I'm saying it?
I mean, I guess. There was never anything I said to him though.
Okay, that's what I want to know. Did you ever say anything to him about
Never.
Anything about his kids being a problem? Anything about his wife being a problem?
Never. This shocked me just as much as I think it shocked the rest of the world. All of it. Like, he lied so much. Now I go back and think about all this shit, and I'm like, it's lies. I really thought she left. I was like, let her fucking go. You know, she'll come back in a day. She'll be all right. Let her cool down. She'll be here. It'll be okay. You know, like, how do we convince? Like, I think she's just upset. And then.
All right. We can move past that. Did you meet at your house? Did you guys go to any restaurants? Did you go to establishments?
He came to my house, and this past Saturday, we went to, what's the name of that bar that we used to go to? It's not the same, the Lazy Dog. So he had to get a babysitter that night.
Chris said he went to a Rockies game on Saturday night. They got a babysitter. And then she checked her bank statement, and he went out to dinner, which that's not odd, but the total was $60-some.
You remember where that was?
The Lazy Dog in Westminster. It's like a bar and grill type.
So you'd have to work at it to get $65.
Yeah, well, that's what we were talking about. So then she gets off the phone with him or whatever. When we come back, she's upset, and she was like, well, what did he spend that on? And I don't know. And she looked up the menu, and he said he had salmon and a beer, and she's like, that's only like $30. Where's the other $40? So then she started going through their bank statement to see if there was any high charges while she was gone.
We went back to my house for a little bit, and then he had to leave.
Do you recall what time you left?
I remember he was like gonna be late to be back at 10, I think there's a text message where he starts texting me when he's home at his house. And I remember I texted him back and I was like, damn, that was quick. He's like, yeah, I even had time to stop at the gas station to get money to pay the babysitter.
He didn't get home until 10:30, which she found that to be odd because it was well after dinner. And she knows when he gets home because their security system tells you when you open the door.
A Colorado man charged in the murders of his pregnant wife and 2 daughters will be back in court today. But in an unsealed affidavit, he says he is not the one who killed his children.
I was just hoping he would be man enough today and just be like, you know what, this is what happened. There's no doubt in my mind my sister would never, ever, ever hurt her children. She loves her kids. Loved her more than anything in this world.
Chris Watts learned that he could get life in prison without the possibility of parole or death. Lots of you have asked about when the death penalty decision will be made. That is not something that's going to happen even in the next few weeks.
There is so much being said online in the dozens of Facebook groups and the tens of thousands of followers of these Facebook groups, these members. Everyone is tearing each piece of interaction between this couple apart.
I just have to wonder if she even wanted Bella and Cece.
Her parent-raising ideas were disturbing.
The one that I would label the narcissist is Shanann.
I think she drove him to lose his shit.
Oh my God, she did not drive him to lose his shit.
She did.
You don't know what went on.
She did, Laura. She did. She drove him insane.
Come on, why are you victim blaming?
She was a bitch.
There are people out there who believe he is innocent.
And those conspiracy theorists are using social media to relentlessly attack Shanann's family.
Shanann's father, Frank Ruzek, says his daughter and his grandchildren have been ridiculed, demeaned, slandered, and mocked in the most vicious ways you can imagine.
Please just stop. Get on with your lives. Leave ours alone.
Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who were not present in the courtroom today, I want to take a minute to summarize the nature of the proceedings on People versus Christopher Watts this afternoon. Mr. Watts entered a plea of guilty to all 9 counts. Those counts include murder in the first degree after deliberation as to Shanann Watts, murder in the first degree as to Bella Watts, murder in the first degree as to Celeste Watts, unlawful termination of a pregnancy as it relates to Nico Watts, and 3 counts of unlawful tampering with a deceased human body. As a result of his plea of guilty, he will not face the death penalty. Sandy said it very, very poignantly to me. He made the choice to take those lives. I do not want to be in a position of making the choice to take him.
So you put Shanann in the truck, and then you put the 2 girls in the truck?
Sitting in the back with the, like in that bench.
So Shanann was back there too?
On the floor.
What did they say about Shanann being on the floor?
Mommy, okay?
What'd you tell them?
She'll be fine. When I was driving up there, you know, they were just sitting there just kind of asleep or kind of just like, you know, holding on to each other, laying in each other's laps. Honestly, like I try to picture that whole ride, like it's like 45 minutes to an hour ride out there. And it's just like, couldn't I have like saved my girl's life? Couldn't I have done something? Why did I do that? I don't know. I wanted all my life was to be a dad, just to have, you know, kids, and they loved me, they, you know, all that, and it just nothing made sense.
So what happened when you got out there?
Cece was first. I put the blanket over her head. Did she struggle at all? I think so.
And then went down to Bella. Tell me what happened there.
She said what happened to Cece. Every time I closed my eyes, I started to see her say, "Daddy, no," and that was it. I hear that every day.
After he disposed of their bodies, he made several phone calls. One was to the school, telling the school that they were being unenrolled. He contacted a realtor to start discussing the selling of his house, and he texted with his girlfriend about their future. None of this answers the questions of why, however. If he was this happy and wanted a new start, get a divorce. You don't annihilate your family and throw them away like garbage. Why did Nico, Celeste, Bella, and Shanann have to lose their lives in order for him to get what he wanted? Your Honor, Sandy Bruce would like to address the court.
I wanted to say thank you for this moment. We loved you like a son. We trusted you. Your faithful wife trusted you. Your children adored you, and they also trusted you. Your daughter, Bella Marie, sang a song proudly. And I don't know if you got to see it, but it was, "Daddy, you're my hero." I have no idea who gave you the right to take their lives, but I know God and his mighty angels were there at that moment to bring them home to paradise. Thank you, Your Honor.
Introduce yourself for the record.
I'm Cindy Watts. I am still struggling to understand how and why this tragedy occurred. This might be hard for some to understand how I can sit here under these circumstances and tell you, although we are heartbroken, although we can't imagine what could have led us to this day, we love you and we forgive you, son.
Mr. Watts, as I indicated when we began, you have the right to make a statement if you choose to. Would you like to make a statement?
No, sir.
This is perhaps the most inhumane and vicious crime that I have handled out of the thousands of cases that I have seen. And anything less than the maximum sentence would depreciate the seriousness of this offense. Deputies, I would respectfully ask that you take this defendant into custody and have him serve the rest of his life in the Department of Corrections.
A dramatic showdown in court today as a Colorado man received 3 life sentences for murdering his pregnant wife and 2 daughters in a case that shocked the nation.
My daughter, even though she was pregnant, is a fighter. I still say he did this while she was sleeping, because he would not look the way he looks right now if she was up.
What I can tell you most affirmatively today is the spotlight that he tried to shine on Shanann falsely, incorrectly, and frankly a flat-out lie has been corrected. The spotlight shines directly where it belongs, on him.
I can say at the end of the day, I've done everything in my heart and my soul that I could do to make my family's life better and to give my family what they deserve.
You guys are so silly. Okay, let's go to school.
Because of my health challenges, because I got so sick, I let him in. He only knew me at that time. He knew me at my worst, and he accepted me. We're not promised tomorrow, you know? We're not promised anything.
Oh my goodness.
But to be able to enjoy our children and every crazy moment.
I love you.
I got the baby a hug. You wanna give the baby a hug? It can be super crazy, but I love them.